The episode opens with an eerie, unsettling atmosphere. Suddenly, we hear the terrified gasps of a little girl, Min, who wakes up in the middle of the night to find strange shadows moving across her bedroom walls. The shadows seem to stretch unnaturally, twisting in ways that defy logic. Her breath quickens as she sees something, or someone, lurking in the corner of the room, its glowing red eyes fixated on her. The scene abruptly cuts to Vari. Suddenly the bed fly on the air and she start to scream. Next the door closed, we go to other scene where a woman drive her car and there is a sign on her face of a violence interaction. It's clear that Vari is running away from something, and she isn't looking back. Vari rushes Min into a car, telling her to be quiet. They drive for hours through the countryside, leaving behind the bright lights of the city and heading toward an unknown destination. Along the way, Vari repeatedly checks her rearview mirror, as if she expects to be followed. Min, unaware of the full extent of the situation, simply clutches her stuffed toy and watches the trees blur past. She stopped in gas station for get some food, and she was so nervous telling her daughter to not show herself by playing the hide game with her, and after a while she get back and they continue their way. The phone didn't stop ringing, but she didn't care, and after a long time driving without stopping, she felt sleepy, and she couldn't wake herself up anymore, so she slept for a second to wake up of a strong light to turn immediately the car and save herself in the last moment. She decided to stop for a while to get her energy back, and in the next morning a police officer woke her up and asked her to move cause it's so danger, so she continue her way. Finally, they arrive at Vari's childhood home, an old wooden house nestled deep within a rubber plantation. The house looks abandoned, with dust covering the windows and vines creeping up its sides. Vari hesitates before unlocking the door, as if stepping inside would bring back memories she'd rather forget. The moment they enter, the air feels thick, as though the house itself is holding its breath. The unsettling presence. As Vari sets about cleaning, Min starts exploring the house. They start to check their stuff, and while we see her open her bag, we see an old gun in it. After few minutes someone knocking the door, so she get down to open it, and we see an old man with one eye stand in front of the door. We know the man was protect the home while they were away for 30 years. And we know that this house is the family home of the Vari family, and the man was working as a security guard in it, and it was only her and her mother who lived in it. He gave her some household requirements and welcomed her and warned her that the weather was cloudy and it might rain and the electricity might be cut off during the rain. The man's features changed as soon as he looked at one of the windows in the house. He looked away quickly and became nervous and tried to leave as soon as possible, which caught Vari's attention, but he did not respond to her question except by leaving. At the same time, the little girl was moving around the house and stopped in front of a cupboard and opened it to find a children's story, so she kept it for her mother to read to her. They started arranging their things, and we noticed that things remained as they were, becoming old and inherited. Even the mirror was not damaged after it was broken for a reason we do not know. Night came and the weather was raining, which led to a power outage while they were having dinner. But suddenly the little girl started to look terrified and froze as she looked behind her mother, and it seemed that she saw something. Suddenly we see a terrifying image of a woman dressed in white behind her mother, and her eyes appear to be glowing with fire and her neck looks broken and even her body looks disgustingly long. But as soon as the mother turns around, the ghost woman disappears in a flash of lightning, which made Faye hurry to restart the backup generator. There was reliance on another generator that had a room in the outside garden, but it did not work, but she was able to restore the electricity. As soon as they returned inside, the girl asked her mother to sleep with her and tell her the story that she found in the morning. The night passed well. On the morning of the second day, they were enjoying the beautiful day and decided to play hide and seek. The little girl started counting as soon as Faye could hide and succeeded in hiding under the bed. But something strange happened, as Faye saw a girl who looked like her daughter running in front of the bed wearing a mask, which made her think that she was her daughter at first, but as soon as she followed her, she noticed that she was walking slowly and entered a room to follow her to find the girl drawing while wearing the mask. The shock was when she heard her daughter laughing, saying that she lost because she found her, which made her confused to be shocked that the masked girl disappeared. Evening came and they were both asleep until Faye woke up to the sound of the little girl's screams. The little girl was trembling with fear, confirming that she saw the ghost woman again, but Faye reassured her and assured her that she was just imagining things. Maybe it was the shadow of one of the trees outside, and they continued sleeping. Faye woke up to the masked girl pointing to the window, which terrified her, and she rushed to see the window where her daughter was standing to check on her. She then ran to the beach to calm her nerves after she felt that stress was the reason for seeing strange things. While she was sitting in front of the waves, she received a call for seconds, and during that time her daughter disappeared, which terrified her heart. She started searching for her until she found her and decided to return immediately. As soon as they arrived at the girl's room, Faye noticed the shadow of the masked girl running in front of the room, which made her go out to see what was happening. She was shocked when she saw the little masked girl standing in front of her. Meanwhile, her daughter got down and walked until she reached the beginning of the forest. But her mother found her before she entered the forest. That same night, while they were eating dinner, the little girl froze when she saw the ghost of the woman behind her mother. It was a terrifying scene. All these events caused Faye to collapse and she started to remember some difficult memories as we see her being subjected to violence from her husband, which led her to use the gun to get him away from her and take the girl and escape. Some screams from her little daughter from the attic interrupted her train of thought and she rushed to her. Upon her arrival, she was terrified by the sight of her daughter's bed, which she found floating in the air, followed by the door slamming shut. She quickly tried to open the door, and in the meantime, the little girl tried to get down from the bed while we see the ghost of the woman staring at her and approaching angrily, which forced the girl to hide in the closet. After that, the floating things fell in the air and the door opened for the mother to enter and was shocked when she opened the closet to find the girl nowhere. The episode ended with a scene of the terrified mother running everywhere looking for her daughter.